Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another Japanese commercial breakdown video. This commercial is from Nike Japan. So this time we're going to be covering camera movement as conflict. Let's start by going full screen mode here. So this commercial communicates Nike's action-oriented message and illustrates how we can use various camera movements to tell a story. There are several variations of camera movements that express the main through line, which is the internal and external conflict that comes with trying to fit in when you're different. This commercial is quite long at around 2 minutes, so I'm just going to scrub through a little bit. So the girls are having a hard time at home, at school, trying to fit in. Classmates are giving them a hard time. And towards the end, they find sport and use sport to rectify their conflicts and fit in. Okay, so let's go through this together. So there are 3 characters going through the same experience. So let's take a look at some of these shots. So we have these small little shots. So we have this small little pullout here, which communicates isolation for this character. Then we have this rapid whip pan. A whip pan basically rotates the camera on its axis from left or right, and it basically intensifies the shot, the energy in the shot. Okay, so this character here, the camera is following this camera left and right laterally. Okay, so this is what we call a trucking shot. Helps establish the outer world of the film, and these little small shots help establish the inner world. Okay, so now we have these push-in shots when they're at home with their families. So the push-in shot signifies that this is important. And each character gets one with their family. So we have this big move here at the 30-second mark of the commercial. So we have this camera roll, which basically, a roll turns the camera on its long axis while maintaining the direction of the lens. A roll is a very disorienting and unsettling move to communicate that the girls don't know where they fit in anymore. So moving on. Okay, so now we have this beautiful boom shot here. So you have a boom downward while the girl is traveling towards the camera. So a boom shot moves the camera up or down utilizing a crane, jib, or pedestal. Small movements typically reveal information, and large ones like this follow the character into action. She displays enormous skills with her forward movement toward the camera, which helps intensify the shot. Okay, so right here, now this little move here is called an arc shot. So an arc shot is when a camera movement that orbits around the subject. This orbit is typically horizontal, but it can also be vertical. So we have this orbit around the character. And at the same time, so we have this orbit around the character, but at the same time, she's moving the other direction. So this helps to create intensity. So as you notice, this is a common theme here. We have the action, and then we have the girls moving towards the camera. Okay, so this is a very interesting shot. The conflict begins to step up a notch. They use a snorri cam attached to the body to create this perspective disorienting effect. Okay, so you see that here? So we have this very perspective like effect, and that is created, as I said, with a snorri cam, and it intensifies her disorientation about her situation. Now we have this beautiful dolly shot, dolly zoom. So for the dolly zoom, the dolly utilizes both the dolly movement to create something called the vertigo effect used in Hitchcock's Vertigo film. There are two ways to do a dolly zoom. First, a dolly in while zooming out causes the background to grow in size while maintaining the scale of the foreground. And the other way is you can dolly out while zooming in, and this causes the foreground subject to become more dominant in the frame. So this is a very beautiful dolly zoom. Here a little bit more of the snorri cam effect, and a huge push in right here to highlight the explosive effect of the paper. So this shot shoots into the L of the room. We have the teacher standing here introducing the new student. Everybody today, welcome. We have a new transfer student. Then the action whips around, rapid whip pan to come around and focus on the student. So she is feeling the pressure right now. So this is actually a very important mark. This is the midpoint of the commercial. All eyes are on her. So this is the absolute height of the tension. The internal and external conflict is at its peak. Okay, so then we get to here, which is another important point. Right here is another camera roll, and this is at the 1 minute and 30 second mark. Remember, this is a 2-minute commercial. And this camera roll takes us into the resolution of the commercial, where the tension starts to dissipate. So as I said, the tension has now started to dissipate, and the characters are now finding their way on and off the field. And in this final shot here, the characters are all meeting up together and they are looking pretty happy. And we have the tagline, "You can't stop sport, or you can't stop us." And we have that beautiful Nike logo at the end. So this commercial communicates Nike's message, but also does a fabulous job telling a story with camera movement as conflict. There are countless variations of camera movement, each with its own language and purpose. A filmmaker who understands this language can create dynamic and compelling work. That about does it for today. Thank you for watching. Please take a look at my links in the description below and subscribe if you like my content. Peace out. See you in the next one.